What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 18 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got 3 picks wrong and got 18 right, which is an 85% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 85% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get an 85% win rate and get 18 picks right like me, win more bets or receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure you join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $6,250 just yesterday. Another member who won $750 for the 6th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description, so go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily upload. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So first pick we're going to be talking about is Claxton for 9.5 revs, and this one actually is for more. Now when we look at Claxton, we've actually seen him go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see, and they do face off against none other than the New Orleans Pelicans. Now the Pelicans do actually rank 13th when it comes to rebounds allowed, but a big reason why we do very much like the over for this situation here is due to the fact that when it comes to Claxton, we do like the over, and he is a center, and New Orleans Pelicans do a very poor job at restricting rebounds to this center position. So we definitely see Claxton going on the over here. When we look at his average over the last 5, it is 7.8, so it is slightly under this line. However, there was a big outlier game which was against Detroit where he only had 1 rebound. It was an outlier game, and that's what I think really brought the average over the last 5 down, but on top of that really brought his line down, which now I think there's more value to go on the over here. New Orleans Pelicans as well, they are a pretty fast-paced team, nothing too major, but we think in this game between Brooklyn and Pelicans we'll definitely see enough volume for Claxton to be able to go over on the rebounding category pretty easily. So because of those reasons, definitely keep an eye out for Claxton here. So Claxton 9.5 rebounds for more, I think is a fantastic pick. So getting to the next pick, we're going to be talking about none other than Josh Giddy. So we're going to be talking about Josh Giddy for 6 assists, and this one is for less. Now look at Josh Giddy, we've actually seen him go on the under in 1 out of the last 5 games, and now they do also face off against none other than the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now when we look at Cleveland Cavaliers, as we all know, the Cleveland Cavaliers do rank 6th when it comes to assists allowed. So very high they do rank, but to even take it a step further, Cleveland also ranked very high when it comes to restricting assists also to the guard position, which is what Josh Giddy is. So that's a big reason why we do very much like the under for this one. Although Josh Giddy does have a decent usage rate in this department, we definitely see him going on the under due to the fact that Cleveland are just such a strong defensive team, and on top of that they slow the pace down quite a lot for so many teams out there. When we look at Cleveland Cavaliers, they have done throughout the season really slow fast-paced teams down very well, and we definitely see that being a case, especially with someone like Josh Giddy. Josh Giddy likes to push the floor, as we all know. We think Cleveland are going to do a fantastic job defensively to be able to slow him down as much as possible. Now, when we also look further, what we also do see is that not only do Cleveland, really push the pace down, but when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So we are going to be following with what the bookies are saying there. So all signs point towards the under for this one for us. Cleveland, very strong team. On top of that, they also slow the pace down quite a lot. And we are also expecting a blowout situation because Cleveland Cavaliers have been on an absolute tear so far this season, and we definitely see them blowing out the Chicago Bulls. So we also could see Josh Giddy get out early. So because of those reasons, definitely keep an eye out for this one. So Josh Giddy, 6 assists for less, I think is a great pick. So getting to the next pick, we're going to be talking about none other than Ivica Zubac. So as you all know, Zubac is a great player, and this one is for 12.5 rebounds, and this one is for more. Now look at Zubac, we've actually seen him going the over in 2 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see, and they do face off against none other than Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, when we look at Oklahoma City Thunder, we also do see that when it comes to rebounds allowed, OKC do rank 30th when it comes to rebounds allowed. So they rank dead last in this category, which is surprising to see, especially for such a strong team like Oklahoma. Now, when we look at Ivica Zubac, he actually most recently over the last 5 did play against OKC, and he was able to get 12 rebounds. Now, he just missed out on this line by 0.5, but he's definitely, as you can see, close to getting at this line against OKC. We think now in this one, he should be able to go on the over, no doubt about it. Now, Zubac has just such a high usage rate in this department. It is really, really good to see. But on top of that, he's consistent at getting close to this line, because even the times that he has missed it, 2 of those games, he actually only missed it by 0.5. So very consistent at getting close to it, which is what we like to see. OKC ranked very, very low when it comes to allowing rebounds allowed. And on top of that, they also do a very poor job at restricting rebounds to the center position. So this is going to be a cakewalk for someone like Ivica Zubac. His average over the last 5 is 12.2, so close enough to this line. And we look at what the bookies are saying. The bookies also have him favored for the over as well. So all signs point towards the over for this one. So because of those reasons, Ivica Zubac for 12.5 rebounds for more, I think is an absolute steal. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So the first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Brandon Ingram. So Brandon Ingram, great player, as we all know, from the New Orleans Pelicans, and he's been averaging 22.8 points, 6 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. So he's done a fantastic job for none other than the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Pelicans do actually face off against none other than a great Brooklyn Nets team. Now, what I mean by great, I'm not saying great as in like, very, very good season, because they are 4-6, but still NBA fan, we've got to love all the teams out there, but this one's going to be an exciting matchup. But when we look at the Brooklyn Nets, we do see that the Brooklyn Nets do rank 15th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, when it comes to assists allowed, they do rank 17th, and then they rank 6th in rebounds allowed, which is interesting to see there. Now, when it comes to Brandon Ingram, we actually do see him going on the over in this one. However, I would focus a lot more on points and assists here. A big reason being is that Brooklyn Nets do a very poor job at restricting points and assists. Rebounds are a little bit better in, and I think that's more of just a 50-50 case. So I would focus a lot more on Brandon Ingram coming into this game. What we are also expecting is that Zion Williamson is expected not to play in this matchup. It may change, but it has been said that he is going to be out indefinitely. So if he is out of this game, we definitely see an increase in Brandon Ingram's usage rate out there, especially coming into this matchup against none other than the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets are an easier team as well. When it comes to pace, we are expecting a good amount of pace in this game. So we definitely see that being a big case coming into it, which should add to more volume for Brandon Ingram. Now, Brooklyn Nets do a very poor job against the small forward position, which also helps this case as well. But all in all, we think Brandon Ingram is going to have the right amount of volume to be able to go on the over due to some injuries that Pelicans do face. And on top of that, the matchup is a little bit of an easier one for Brandon Ingram, and he should be able to take advantage of this just off sheer volume alone. So definitely keep an eye out for Brandon Ingram's line. I see a lot of value there to go on the over, but like I mentioned before, focus on points, focus on assists. Those two are the big ones. And on top of that, when we look at Brandon Ingram, keep an eye out for the line first. If the line is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over. Now, getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about Jaylen Williams. So Jaylen Williams is a fantastic player, and because of that, he's been averaging 19 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 5 assists, which is great to see. Now, when it comes to Oklahoma City Thunder, they do have themselves a fantastic game against none other than the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, LA Clippers do rank second in points allowed. They also rank second in assists allowed, and then 4th in rebounds allowed. So very, very high in all categories. Because of that, we do very much like the over for this situation here. Not only has Jaylen Williams been playing, fantastic, but we do believe matchups are super important, and we definitely see when he has a tough defensive matchup, which Oklahoma City or Jaylen Williams specifically is going to face against this LA Clippers team, we will see him go on the under in this situation here. So I definitely would keep an eye out for that. Jaylen Williams has definitely a decent usage rate out there, but not the highest usage rate as of any of these teammates. So because of those reasons, we think a lot of the usage rate is going to be taken away from players like SGA and others. So definitely keep an eye out for the under for this one. When it comes to this matchup as well, LA Clippers aren't the fastest paced team. Now, we actually tend to see LA Clippers do a great job at slowing fast paced teams rather than the other way around. OKC are pretty fast, but we definitely see someone or a team like LA Clippers, slowing the pace down for Jaylen Williams, which should lead to less volume. Now, when it comes to which category to keep an eye out for, I think all categories has the potential to see Jaylen Williams go on the under. So either one is for the liking for the under for this one. So Jaylen Williams, keep an eye out for the line. If the line is too close to his averages, then definitely look to go on the under there. Now, getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about Darius Garland. So Darius Garland, great player as we all know, and this one, he, as we all know, has playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but has just been playing fantastic due to the fact that they are currently 11-0. But he's been averaging 20.5 points, 1.9 rebounds, and 6.6 assists. So he's done a great job for his team so far. And when it comes to none other than Darius Garland and also the Cavaliers do have themselves a fantastic matchup against the Chicago Bulls. Now, look at Chicago Bulls. We see that they rank 27th when it comes to points allowed, 29th when it comes to assists allowed, and then also 28th when it comes to rebounds allowed. Because of that, we do very much like the over for this situation for Darius Garland. And when we look at Darius Garland even further, we also do see that he is a point guard, and Chicago Bulls do a very poor job at restricting points, reps, and assists to the point guard position. So when it comes to the Bulls, yes, they are a decent team, not the best, but they are a decent team. But we don't see Darius Garland struggling at all in this matchup. Now, Darius Garland doesn't have the highest usage rate and rebounds, so I definitely would focus a lot more on points and assists there. We see him a lot more likely going on the over in those two categories as he has a higher usage rate, and on top of that, Bulls also, don't do a very good job at restricting that. So definitely keep an eye out for Darius Garland. We do very much like the over for someone like Darius, especially in a situation like this. He has had a bit of a hot hand as of lately when it comes to stats. He just most recently dropped 20 points and then 27 the night before that, and most recently had another game where he had 39 points as well. So he could definitely get hot in a hurry. I would focus, like I said, points and assists, but either one works. So definitely keep an eye out for that. If the line is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over there. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. Should be a link down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.